Let's go.
You could have been anywhere in the YouTube world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Welcome to Zay Reviews. We are on the road to WrestleMania. We are reviewing SmackDown, and this installment is coming at us from Brooklyn, New York. The night starts off with the WWE Champion Brock Lesnar. He is posted up by Roman Reigns' dressing room, and Kayla Braxton begins to interview Brock, wondering why Brock is just posted up by Roman's locker room. Brock says that WWE management has informed him that he cannot interact with Roman Reigns unless he is provoked. And since he really wants to beat up Roman Reigns, he goes, "I'm just gonna sit in Roman's dressing room and wait for a good provoking." Hey yo. After that, we get the first match of the night. One half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy Uso, going one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura. Since Rick Boogs got the win over Jey Uso in the previous week, we are going to get a Tag Team Championship match between the two teams at WrestleMania. For this one-on-one confrontation, it does come down to an end after Shinsuke Nakamura would hit the Kinshasa. You know, I've been watching Shinsuke Nakamura matches for a minute and I still can't say that right. But anyway, Shinsuke does get the win over Jimmy Uso, and you know what? The Usos have had the Tag Team Championships for a minute, so I wouldn't be surprised if Shinsuke and Rick Boogs walk out of WrestleMania as the Tag Team Champions. They're pretty over with the crowd. Rick Boogs with the whole Freddie Mercury vibe to him. The people love him, so they probably gonna put the tag team titles on him. We get another backstage interview as Kayla Braxton is talking to Drew McIntyre. He goes on to say that he cannot wait to wipe the smirk off a Happy Corbin's face. We're gonna get a one-on-one match between Happy Corbin and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. After a quick video package of the fall and rise of Happy Corbin, we get another match. This time, we get a one-on-one confrontation between Ridge Holland and Kofi Kingston. But instead of us getting the same match that we got from last week, Kofi came out and said, "Hey, look, you're actually not fighting me, you're fighting this man." And we get the return of King Woods. Now, commentary did call him Xavier Woods a few times over, so I don't know if this is about to be the end of the King gimmick. He didn't really get a chance to really get into his King bag. He got injured somewhere in between and he's been going for the past few months. So hopefully he gets to keep the gimmick a little longer, you know what I mean? But King Woods does get the win on Ridge Holland with a small package. 1, 2, 3, King Woods with a clean win. Now, members of the New Day have been mixing it up with Sheamus and his new crew for the past few weeks. So I wonder if this is going to lead into a match at WrestleMania. But with Big E being injured, it's probably going to either be a 3-on-2 or just a regular tag match. I don't know, but they didn't announce a match tonight, so maybe they'll announce something next week. We'll see. We get another segment as Roman Reigns is on his way to the Barclays Center. He's in his limo with Paul Heyman, talking about how they just went to go pick up some food. They had a good meal. They stopped through Madison Square Garden as Roman Reigns reflected on the fact that he made Brock Lesnar bleed all over Manhattan. And Roman's like, "Hey Brock, I'm on my way to the arena right now. You need to get up out my dressing room, because if you don't, I'm gonna make you bleed all over Brooklyn." Next, we get another segment. Yo, it was a lot of talk in this episode of SmackDown and not enough wrestling. Not good. But we do get a segment with Ronda Rousey in the ring. She will be challenging Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. So of course Ronda is pissed about the attack that Charlotte laid on her last week, putting her through the announcer's table. Ronda's like, "Listen, I'm not gonna do too much talking, Barbie. Come on out here and let me put the beat down on you." Then on the Titantron, we get Charlotte via satellite. She is not in Brooklyn. She says she has no business in that filthy town. You already know, getting the cheap heat. Ronda does close off the segment by saying, "Hey, look, Charlotte, you might think that you are the me of WWE. Let me tell you what's about to happen at WrestleMania. You need to beat me, because if you do beat me, it'll be the biggest win of your entire career. But I've had tapped out so many women that I lost count. So not if, but when I beat you, you'll just be a part of that loss count." And you know what? I think we might get a really, really good match between these two. The build has kind of been a little stale, but as far as the match quality goes, I feel like they're going to tear the house down. After a quick backstage segment, as Kayla Braxton checks back up with Brock Lesnar, Brock is still kicking it in Roman's locker room, and he says, "Hey man, Roman needs to hurry up and get here. I'm running out of things to smash. He's throwing around champagne bottles. He's putting his leg up on the table, breaking tables. Brock Lesnar just terrorizing Roman's locker room, waiting for your boy to pull up. Meantime, we head back down to the ring as the Intercontinental Champion Ricochet. He goes one-on-one with Angel Garza. Now, it turns out that this match is a championship contenders match. So, if Angel gets the win, he becomes the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, the way that they booked this whole thing is weird, and man, WWE, what a way to make your Intercontinental Champion look strong. They had Angel pin Ricochet, quick little roll-up pin, 1, 2, 3, so he beats him. So, I guess that Angel's no contender. But no, Angel leaves, and Ricochet goes, hey, come back down to the ring. Humberto, even though Angel, you just beat me, you weren't supposed to, but I'm gonna fight your cousin anyway, and I'm gonna give your cousin this work. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, isn't Ricochet supposed to be a babyface? Like, even though that was a dirty move, babyfaces are supposed to be sore losers. Like, what's going on here? So then we get a one-on-one match with Ricochet and Humberto. They get a little scuffle, they go back and forth, but then this match ends as Ricochet slides Humberto into the ring. They had a little outside scuffle, and Ricochet slides Humberto into the ring. As Ricochet was trying to get back in the ring, Angel Garza was underneath the ring. He holds on to Ricochet's leg, and he misses the count. He does not make the 10 count. He doesn't get back in the ring in time, and he gets counted out, and Humberto Carrillo beats him. So your Intercontinental Champion takes 2 L's back to back in like a 15-minute span, and I don't know. It was an odd move. Your boy Ricochet deserves better, and it actually leads to a match that's going down next week where Ricochet is going to defend the Intercontinental Championship in a triple threat match against both Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. So I wonder how that match is going to turn out. Maybe Los Lotharios are both going to be co-Intercontinental Champions, and they're going to just do the kiss cam with the Intercontinental Championship every week. I don't know. Next, we get another segment. Man, this is Friday night segment down. I'm telling you, like, a bunch of talking and a bunch of segments. But we end up backstage again. This time, we are talking to Sami Zayn, who will be going one-on-one up against Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. Sami pretty much saying, look, I know that Johnny Knoxville is from a crazy world. And now that I know that him and I are going to be fighting in a no-holds-barred match at WrestleMania, the fact that anything goes, you all are going to see something that you have never seen in the history of WWE. Sami Zayn just gassing this matchup. I don't know. Of course, I feel like that some of the other jackass cast members are going to get involved in this match, but I wonder what antics they're about to pull off. Because Sami Zayn, throughout his career, he's been down. He's had some wild moments back when he was El Generico. So let's see what happens with this match. I feel like it's going to be very entertaining. Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn, why not? This is segment down. Yes. We got another segment. Ringside, Michael Cole talking to Pat McAfee, seeing how excited that Pat McAfee's wrestling at WrestleMania. Pat is excited about his match. He's going one-on-one with Austin Theory. Austin Theory runs out to the announcer's table, smacks up Pat McAfee, hits the headset off of his head. Pat gets upset, chases down Austin, but then Austin, being his boss's favorite little pet, runs into Vince McMahon's office and locks the door behind him. Finally, we get another match as we have a fatal 4-way match going down, each woman representing their WrestleMania tag teams. So you have Sasha Banks, Rhea Ripley, Zelina Vega, and Shayna Baszler, fatal 4-way match. And man, shenanigans. At one point, everybody's respective partners start getting involved. Everybody scraping, everybody brawling. The most interesting spot to me in this match is when Sasha Banks has Zelina Vega in a bank statement, but then Shayna Baszler came on over, took Zelina's wrist and like wrapped it around her own wrist and then started to bend it back. Like, it was crazy. But the match would eventually come down to its end when Sasha Banks later on in the match would reapply the bank statement to Zelina Vega, this time making Zelina tap out clean. So the team of Sasha and Naomi looking strong going into WrestleMania, and probably on one of these other episodes of Raw or SmackDown, they're probably going to have the other tag team partners fight each other in a fatal 4-way. Next, we get the final segment of the night, the main event segment of the night. Oh my God, so much talk in this episode of SmackDown. Roman Reigns is in the ring. He's with Paul Heyman, and he goes, "Hey, look, wise man, is Brock Lesnar still in my dressing room?" The wise man, Paul Heyman's like, "Look, I don't know. I just know that Brock is in the same city as you, and I'm terrified." Like, Paul Heyman is over this whole thing entirely. But then we pan over to the Titantron, and you see Brock Lesnar in the backstage area. He caused all the damage that he did to Roman Reigns' dressing room, and now it looks like he's going to cause some damage to that rod. So the rod that Roman pulled up in, Brock Lesnar took a pickaxe to it, smashed out the windows, smashed out the front of the car, just smashed up the car, Street Fighter style, and then he made his way to the ring. Brock Lesnar's music hit. Roman Reigns is staring up at the Tron, but Brock didn't come out the stage. Instead, he came in through the crowd, grabs a steel chair, and you thought he was about to go in the ring and put the beat down on Roman, but Roman, with the biggest smirk on his face, smiled as a team of security, a wall full of developmental talent, got in the way of Brock Lesnar. Roman's feeling sweet, he's feeling protected, but of course, you know, we've seen this before. Brock Lesnar, one man, one chair, that's enough. He's going through the security, boom, bang, boom, start beating up all the little indie talent, all the homies that they just said, "Hey, throw this black shirt on, get beat up on a Friday night, take this bread." And as Brock Lesnar mowed through the security, he goes in the ring, but of course, Roman Reigns and the Usos, they skirt off, they run off, and then that's how we end this episode of SmackDown. There's only 4 matches, you know, still tying up some ends, continuing the stories going into WrestleMania, with the exception of the segments where they announced that they were presenting the Warrior Award to Shad Gaspard in his memory, and the fact that Triple H announced his retirement. Those were my pieces that I liked throughout the night. Besides that, it was just a bunch of talking, setting up the matches for WrestleMania. You know, these weeks going by, just episode per episode, just building up to probably the most mid WrestleMania ever. But we'll see next weekend what kind of show they put together. It's still the showcase of the Immortals. You never know. These years, man, the builds have been on and off, but you never know. Some matches, they surprise us, and at the end of the day, we leave entertained. So yeah, this is sports entertainment. This night was little to no sports, little to no entertainment. But what can I say? So that was this week's installment of SmackDown. Thank you so much for following through the Zay Reviews once again. And if you haven't already, do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn them notifications on, engage people. Until next time, peace.